Hello everyone! Today's gonna be my first speed art story time. So I just want to say that the story happened 6th grade. Yeah, 6th grade. Yeah, I was like 11 at the time, so I was still pretty young, dumb, and broke. You know. And well, the thing is that I was honestly an innocent child with no idea what was going on around them. Like, I don't know. I just thought that middle school was just a girl likes you. Okay, you two start dating now, or if someone likes you, you two start dating now, and all the other stuff that goes with the stereotypical early 2000s middle school movie. Because I was still an innocent little child, but it happened the story started around towards the end of, I want to say, like 2017, early 2018. Yeah, like right before Christmas break started. So it was like it was the day of the finals. So we were in our classes extra day, like because our classes are split up. Like we'll have a certain set of classes on one day and a certain set of classes another day. But at the same time, we had they lengthened the periods so that we, instead of having all 8 periods that we would normally have, they would split it into 2 days for the finals, full semester finals. So we'd only have 4 periods each day. And on the second day, I would have PE for the finals, but since it's PE, they don't give us a final only towards the end of the year for
the fitness gram pacer test.
And then, yeah, so basically I was just sitting on the gym floor with a few of my friends. We'll call one of them, Derek. Okay, let's just call him Derek. Okay, Derek was that's not his real name, but Derek was probably my best friend in 6th grade. We didn't have any more classes together until 8th grade, but other than that, basically, it's Derek, and now let's call this girl, I don't know, let's just call her, okay, let's just call her, I don't know, Birdfood. Okay, so Birdfood was this girl that I'd been friends with, and see, early on, she was a furry, but she's not a furry apparently anymore, but basically, I was friends with her because of our similar interests of art, and that's it, and maybe a few things here and there, like YouTube or something. But basically, that day we were just on the gym floor bored, and we're like, hey, let's just play Truth or Dare with this app on one of our phones. And then from there, we being the 6th graders we are, we didn't check to see if it was anything deemed 18 plus or something, or don't do at school, because let me just tell you, you should look at those before you do it, before you open up the app or even install. So we're just there, and I'm like, okay, so Birdfood downloads the app on her phone, and she's like, okay, let's do it. So we just have normal ones, I don't know, what's a secret you had, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe the time in kindergarten where I pulled my pants all the way down and I wanted to use the urinal. And then all the boys in the 1st grade came and laughed at me. But other than that, we're just talking and and having a good time, just this okay, hey, maybe this isn't gonna be so bad. But then Birdfood, okay? She gets one to kiss someone else in the circle. And she chose me, and she said, I'm just gonna give you a nuzzle on the cheek. And being a 6th grader, that's the equality of getting the Nobel Prize. I'm just here sitting stunned, not realizing what just happened, but at the same time kind of having this nice feeling in me. But later on the day after class, before I get out, I'm going to this rehearsal, because I was a theater kid at the time, and basically I was in the Christmas play. Well, I was just technical crew, for the props and stuff, background. But basically, that's all I really, way I do. So, but she met up with me afterwards, and she was like, "Hey, so I was wondering if you would like to go out with me." And I'm like, "Well, I'm middle school. A girl likes me, so automatically that has to make her my girlfriend." Huh. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, and that's probably one of the biggest mistakes I still look on, and I regret to this day. But fast forward, we go do Christmas stuff. We just talk a little bit over it. We get back, everything's okay. We're just a standard middle school 6th grade couple, just sitting there on the bleachers during PE and just talking. But I noticed like early in. Well, I didn't. I was 6th grade, so looking back at it now, I noticed that there's a lot of red flags. You know, Like, even the red flags were telling me, hey, there's a few red flags here. I mean, I don't know if you noticed. And, you know, 6th grade me didn't pay attention to any of that. She was kind of crazy. Like, when I mean kind of, I don't mean just, maybe she has a few things here or there. But I mean, like, bird food, please don't devour the entire school in a pit of fire. You know? Because, like, any little thing someone said would make her mad, like, because she was like, I'm French and Italian, and then there'd be someone across maybe later on, someone's making a joke about pizza, like, maybe pizza is the shield, like, is if food was a weapon, pizza would be a shield, and she's like, stop disrespecting my culture, and this and that, and like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, just standing over here, not knowing what to do because she's threatening to kill someone else. I'm like, you know. And then when you get mad at her and try to fight back, she'll oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm terrible. We just had to stop because she would just keep going on this thing. What do we do? Well, I mean, I didn't know what to do. And, I wouldn't even be able to hang out with my other friends anymore during PE. So this one day, later on, let's just say 3 weeks, maybe 4 after Christmas break's over and we've been hanging out, in school. Basically, I hadn't even gotten to hang out with my friends during PE because of her. So basically, I just decided to go, sneak off, like, just not looking, and say, hey, I'm just gonna go hang out with some friends. It's like, fine, and I snuck off, really quickly. And, I mean, I didn't know why I had to sneak off because it's like she already knew. But basically, I was just talking to her for 5 minutes before I hear her scream and start at this one guy, and I'm like, what happened? And I go check on her and she just doesn't answer me and pushes me, And I mean, she was really tall, compared to me. I don't know, I want to say I was 5 something. Well, actually, no. Let's just say I was 5 foot, and then she was 5'5", 5 inches taller than me or something. So, and I mean, I have long arms, so my arms are still the length of her arms, maybe even a little bit longer. But basically, yeah, she just pushed me, and I just laughed because she pretended to be a cat and just hissed at me, or some kind of fox or wolf or what. She just hissed and. And after school, I met her at her locker, asked her what's wrong, and she's like, you made me look like a crybaby, because she was upset. I'm like, I tried, and I didn't even get to say anything. And she just pushed me into another locker and ran off. I'm like, and then my friend over there, Derek, he's like, what happened? I'm like, I have no idea. And, we walk off, and then some other kid that was in our PE class, let's call him Joe. Joe says, yeah, so apparently, Daryl, let's just say the other kid, Daryl, was like, oh, you're weird, you're furry, stuff like that. And I mean, okay, that's kind of rude, but, why is she taking on me? And she's like, oh. And then he's like, you didn't defend her, and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, why, she didn't even let really like that I was gonna go hang out with my friends. And this one time for like 5 minutes that I'm gone, something happens, you know. And it's like, and instead of like taking it up with the guy himself or asking me, which I would have helped, she had asked me to confront him. She decides just to be a total jerk, break up with me right there, which probably was a benefit, at least I'm free. But she takes it all on me and just gives me the death stare and hisses at me for like a week or two, you know. And at the same time, she's chasing me around, like during PE, she'd scream at me saying, "I'm gonna kill you!" Like if you play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you know what the Guardians are. And just imagine if the Hinox and Guardian had a baby. Boom, there's her. She's just chasing me around. And I mean, I'm a fast runner, not gonna lie, but like she would chase me around, and I would have to use like mad skills to get away. Cause she would like grab my arm or shirt, and then I have to do one of those twist things, and just kind of get her to let go. You know those like where you kind of twist someone's arm. Like basically, I'd run away, like turn around, so she would like let go. Once or twice I actually ran straight towards the wall and then just turned at the last minute for like ended up causing her run into the wall. And it was crazy, honestly. And then a week later, she forgives me and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It was honestly kind of sarcastic, to be honest. And all this and that. And I'm like, okay. She's like, "You want to get back together?" And me being the sixth grader, dumb sixth grader, it's like, okay. And I'm like, and things don't even last a full 2 weeks. And something else comes up. you know, Something else happened. She just hated me out of the blue. Yeah, so something just came up, and out of the blue, I don't know, she just hated me after that. I don't even know why. So, I'm just talking to my friend Derek, and I'm like, yo, dude, I don't know what's going on, And, like, just have this process of every day when I had to go to PE, and I also had her mask, so it kind of sucks because she's sat right behind me and always hiss and growl and stuff, like a cat or dog. And then, you know, and then in PE, she would chase me around, and I don't know, it really scared me, to be honest. Like, I mean, at least I was getting my exercise, but, it was scary, especially since I'm a tiny sixth grader getting chased by this guardian Hinox thing, screaming it's gonna kill me. Until one day, this group of girls, let's just say one of their names is, I don't know, let's just say one of their names is deep fried potato with moles on it. So deep fried potato with moles on it says, "Oh, you know why she hates you? It's because we've been saying that you said terrible stuff about her, that she was dumb, or this and that, so this, that." And I'm like, looking at Derek, who's right next to me, and then we're both like, boy, what? Because it's like, come on, she just takes random word from people that I did something or said something, even though I didn't, and then she decides to go on a rampage to attack me, threaten to kill me. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? He's like, I don't know, And it's like, for the past few weeks, I've been chased around like, I don't know, some kind of mouse running away from a lion, and, you know, being threatened to be killed, stabbed, and she'd be making threats like that she'd shoot me or stuff, so it's like, I mean, me being the dumb sixth grader, yeah, I just ran. So later in the next class, which was kind of like a computer keyboarding class to teach us how to type good and properly, He's like, yo, dude, we should just honestly just tell the principal or vice principal. I'm like, oh no, dude, I always get scared being in one of their offices. And he's like, dude, just do it, okay? Because things aren't gonna get better if you sort this out. So kids, just take this as a lesson. Whatever you're getting picked on, tell an adult because things possibly, not always, might get better. You know. And I'm like, well, we don't have any evidence. And he's like, I mean, I do have a few recordings. So when he meant few, he meant at least a half of them. And by a half of them, he meant at least 50. So we just asked the teacher if we could talk to the vice principal or something. And she said, sure. And, we went down there. We told him we should have everything that happened. And he's like, okay, I'll talk to them about this because, And I'm glad we did that because if I had to deal with it, I probably wouldn't have made it through 6th grade. And I'm glad because after that day, PE was just a walk in the park. Literally, we just walked around. I have a lot of stories from PE, but guess I'll be signing off now. Bye.